Hey guys, as you know, our theme for today is Remember Your Roots. Did you know that when you attended Drake Middle School, at one point in history, it was the school for all blacks? Today, we're going to listen to the stories of people who attended Lee County Training School, J.F. Drake High School, and Auburn High School. As they share their story, listen to the information about forced integration, transportation to school, school spirit, and also teacher diversities. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
My name is Melissa Woodson, and I attended Auburn High School from 1976 to 1980.
My name is Charlie L. Core, and I attended Lee County Training School from the 6th through the 8th grade, and then on to Drake High School.
My name is Desmond Lamar Scaife. I graduated in 1981.
My name is Angela Reese Walden. I graduated in 1984.
Tosca Studdard Gentry. I attended Auburn High School from 1969 through 1973.
My name is Mary Elkins Bryan. I'm a graduate of the class of 1979.
My name is Ernestine Hill Robinson, and I attended Lee County Training School from the 1st grade through the 10th grade.
My name is Judy Lockhart, and I graduated from J.F. Drake High School in 1967.
My name is Deborah Menifee Lyles, and I graduated from Auburn High School 1978.
My name is Morris Eugene Lewis. I attended Drake High School up until 1966. In the summer of 1966, I came to Opelika High School.
Wanda Lewis, and I graduated from Auburn High School in 1971.
Probably just being in the business office education classes. I took that from like 10th grade through the 12th grade.
I was voted the friendliest for my class.
Practice days with fellow teammates and just having a good time with each other.
A bond that I had with my fellow classmates, they became like a secondary family.
I think it was a good thing. My opinion is good. I was a Jim Crow baby, last of the baby boomers, and we were born without civil rights. A year later, 1964, 1965, we were afforded the rights, unalienable rights, so to speak, that the Bill of Rights and the Constitution guaranteed for natural-born citizens, and it brought us out of Jim Crow.
When we were in segregated schools, it seems we as Negroes got more attention. Our teachers cared a lot about us, and they were interested in our wholesomeness and our education.
Didn't like it because I loved Drake High School and I always wanted to go there. In the end, it was beneficial because we had a lot more tools to work with. We no longer had to share textbooks, and we could carry books home to do our homework. We didn't have to use used books. We had new books.
We had pep rallies for every game. We used to be out, we was at the old high school and we would be on the hill, and whoever had was the loudest, we had a spirit stick, and that class would get the spirit stick until the next week.
I said it wasn't that energetic. As a minority, we had a lot of movement in our cheers. The girls would dance and sing.
It seemed like we had pep rallies all the time. Definitely right before every game, we would have pep rally. We'd march around outside the school, parking lot. But the cheerleaders, everybody was all into it and had a lot of school spirit.
I would say to think positive, do things from the heart, know why you're doing what you do, love what you do.
It would be to buckle down. That's when it comes to schoolwork, and get all you can while spending some time for pleasure. But just don't forget your schoolwork.
Don't depend on others. Do as much as you can for yourself. Take advantage of all the many resources you have available.
Continue your education and get all you can get, learn all you can, and just be who you are. And
keep the mind on education. Enjoy their youth, because the adult life is coming. Prepare themselves for the future. Make sure they get a firm foundation so that they can decide what they want to do in the future that's good for them.
Some of the bridges I crossed as a teenage black were what we call prejusters. But I learned that every person that you saw that weren't of the same race and that happened to be white was not a person that was prejudged.
Probably the greatest thing that I've learned is that you're never alone. The suicide rate for young people is very high, and is, from what we understand, is one of the highest rates for young people outside of homicide. And what we're looking at a generation that seems to not have a trust factor around them. So I would say learning how to trust and depend and find a support group that not only encourages you in what you think, but also helps you wade through the challenges of life.
That life bridge is a good bridge to cross over. One of the things that I guess you could say life experience is love and trust. You got to trust people and to help you across and do things.
Always remember that everyone needs someone. We all need each other. I think I've come this far because of my faith and belief, and I trust in the Lord, and that's firm. That's something that never changes.
That teachers can make a difference in a young person's life when they are in class. I had a special teacher, Miss Mary Gibson, when I was in Auburn High, and she was one of those people that took me under her wing. I had lost my mother, and she became like a mother figure for me during that time. And she also encouraged me, and I just had someone that I could talk to.
Nothing is perfect, and nothing is all bad. So I've had some of both, okay? But life has been good.
Well, I think it's the unsurety, what's on the other side. It's dealing with the adversities we get to the other side. Especially when I was here at Auburn High School, dealing with a lot of adversity here, trying to be accepted by class members, not being accepted. I used to use that phrase when I first came over that I was Moses parting the Red Sea. Because when I go around the hall during the day, everybody get to one side, you want to get around you. So I think that then you have to have, to me, you got to have some type of faith. You got to believe that things will get better, that things can be different, so you can keep moving forward. And then if you run into problems, you get old Marine attitude, adapt and overcome and keep moving, so you can get to the other side.
I always feel that you have to have a goal for everything that you do. I've been taught that, and I truly can look back at my 6th grade teacher, who was also my principal. He taught us that the poem Equipment by Edward A. Guest, that you have your 2 hands, 2 eyes, and legs, you just as good as the next person. He said, whatever you do, and he used to quote that over and over again. Figure it out for yourself, my lad, because you have all that any man ever had.
Up until high school, we rode the bus. And then high school, my dad took us to school, dropped us off on his way to work at Auburn University, so he dropped us off. And I think maybe my senior year, I was able to have a vehicle to drive.
I lived on Wrights Mill Road, on Lower Wrights Mill Road. And that's about 7.5 miles from where Lee County Training School was. And we walked from where I lived. However, there were school buses, but we walked to Lee County Training School.
When schools were first integrated, there weren't buses traveling from the neighborhood where I lived, and so we rode to school really in a taxi cab. At a time later on, there were individuals, families in the community that we would carpool with, that kind of thing. And so not until about my junior and senior year in high school did I ride the school bus. My now husband, who at that time I was dating in high school, I rode to school for a year or so with him. He was driving, had a license, and so we would ride to school together. But then after he graduated, I would ride the school bus. I never drove my car to school, my mom's car, I should say, at that time.
Well, of course, we know back then it was all black school, and it was pretty much one way.
When I came to Auburn High, it was very diverse. I did encounter some things in my early year, my freshman year. The classes pretty much were grouped together by knowledge. And with me being one of the young people that was excelling in my time, I was pretty much about 2 or 3 people of color in a classroom that were predominantly white. So sometimes the teachers did not necessarily give you the attention that you needed. It took some of my fellow classmates to speak up for me and stand by me when I did address it.
We did not, during my time, we didn't have the diversity of teachers as far as integrated teachers. However, there were teachers that was from Tuskegee, different places like that. They too made a difference in the children that came from Lochapunka.
All the teachers were white at the time, but everything was good. In the 4th grade is when the integration started, and no problem.